Okay. Next is presentations on agenda items. Any person wishing to speak on any items on the agenda will be granted 5 minutes to make a presentation. And please state your name for the record. And I think John has said he wants to take that few minutes. So please come.
John.
If you use the mic there, John, appreciate it.
I always like to bring a visual aid.
The camera can get that.
Perfect.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It does.
Might leave it there.
Do that. Good evening. My name is John Woodfin. I'm pleased to be here to represent the They're Worth It Committee. For those who are not aware, the They're Worth It Committee is a committee of Rolla citizens who are bringing attention to, providing information about, and seeking support for Proposition R31-1 and Proposition R31-2, which are two ballot issues that have been placed on the April 7th ballot by the Rolla Public School Board of Education. Just as a brief review, I know that you all know what these propositions are about, but since I'm also speaking to the public, I'd just like to take a few minutes to review what these two propositions will do. Proposition R31-1 will allow the construction of 10 to 12 classrooms at Rolla High School so that 9th graders can be moved to that facility. At present, 141 out of 318 freshmen are already attending classes at Rolla High School, and this will save time transporting those kids back and forth. I know that they have to leave class at the Rolla Junior High School about 5 minutes early, and they arrive a little late to the classes they're attending at Rolla High School. So taking care of that transportation issue, I think, is a significant thing. Moving freshmen to the Rolla High School will mean that 7th grade can be moved to Rolla Junior High School and can then participate in activities that are not presently being offered at Rolla Middle School to 7th graders. This would mean they can participate in band and sports and other after-school activities, which of course is an enormous advantage and benefit to those 7th grade students. 4th grade will then be moved to Rolla Middle School, and they will then be with the 5th and 6th graders, which means that classrooms then become available at the elementary schools to expand our existing pre-K programming. At present, there are about 150 4-year-olds in Rolla that are unable to attend local preschools and are coming into kindergarten unprepared. This will place those kids at an even level playing field and be comparable to the kids that have had the preschool experience and are entering into kindergarten with that preschool experience. It's important that all kids be on a level playing field, and teachers don't have to spend a lot of time catching kids up with those kids that have had that opportunity. Proposition R31-2 is a levy that will provide operating budget to staff these changes. There is no increase to the debt service levy for Proposition R31-1, and there is a 25-cent increase to the levy, which will be phased in over 3 years for R31-2. This means that after 3 years, a taxpayer will be paying approximately $55 more on a house of $115,000. And I really don't personally see that that's such a significant burden on the taxpayer, considering that at present we are about 23 out of 28 schools in our area of Missouri. So we are really existing at a very low tax levy anyway. The committee and many community members feel that these are important changes that will bring great benefit to the kids in our community. The last week and a half, I've spent about 6 hours, 4 of those outside Country Mart, talking to voters as they come to get their groceries. I spent a couple of hours last night at Wyman Elementary School talking to parents there as they were coming in to speak to the parents for the parent-teacher conferences. And really all I've heard are really enthusiastic remarks about this particular issue, and I think that the community really does support it, and I was glad to see that. I've been very encouraged by the comments that I've heard personally. You may have seen our Facebook page created by Liz Sperry. So far, we have about 500 likes. I think that is evidence that there are people who are interested in this and are paying attention to it and support it. If you are not a friend of the They're Worth It Facebook page, I would encourage you to do that. Lots of good information is being disseminated through that Facebook page, and it's always real easy to click on the share and send the word on to your own friends. Committee members like myself have been attending parent-teacher meetings all this week to provide information and to answer questions. The They're Worth It committee also will soon be placing yard signs, encouraging people who pass by to see these yard signs to support these two propositions. If anybody would like a yard sign, if you would let us know, we'd be happy to get one to you. You could leave a private message on our Facebook page, your name, phone number, and address, and we'll get a yard sign to you. Next week also, we will begin to canvass neighborhoods around Rolla to get information to people and to seek support of Rolla voters. So it's been a very, very busy committee. Of course, all of this does cost money. We've collected about $1,000 so far to help pay for the yard signs and for the brochures and information that we've been handing out. If anybody would like to donate money to help pay for these things, we'd be happy to have that donation. All you would need to do is to send a check to Post Office Box 72, Rolla, Missouri 65202. I personally support Proposition R31-1 and Proposition R31-2 because I feel it's a win-win situation. Rolla kids win because they'll have more educational opportunity, and when Rolla kids win, the community wins. And I just don't think that there can be any argument against that. It's really an investment in Rolla's future, and I'm hoping that all voters in Rolla will support this very important issue.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks for all your hard work.
Thanks for your
And I'll
time.
leave that there.
Great.